everybody, what's going on, guys? It's your boy. Welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to come on here and make a video just for the sake of making a video. I feel like I haven't made a YouTube video in a hot minute, and I really dropped the ball at the end of July and going into August, because typically those are the times where I'm the most active, is whenever it's the end of a month / beginning of the month. And I kind of really failed that, and I kind of wanted to come on here and give you guys like a quick little life update, because not a whole lot of crazy things have happened, but I did get into a car accident the other day. And that was a little scary. It was very terrifying, and it kind of helped me have like a big epiphany that I'm kind of doing nothing with my life, and I kind of want to work on that. But part of my problem with the fact that I'm not really doing anything with my life happens to be an issue that I feel like a lot of people struggle with. So let's just dive deep into this, shall we? Okay, so starting off, I want to just kind of in general talk about procrastination and the procrastination of it all. As people who know me or have seen my videos before might know about me or be able to pick up on, I have ADHD. I really struggle with the ability to focus on a specific task whenever there's a task at hand. I have a bad habit of, if I'm working on something and then there's something over here that I'm like, oh, that'd be kind of cool to do as well, let me go do that. And then I have a problem of finishing the original task, and it kind of leads to a lot of problems. And I think one of the big things is, for me personally, in order for me to get stuff done, I really need momentum. I really need to have a pendulum that's swinging, and if that pendulum isn't swinging, if it stops swinging, like for instance, I took a week off of the gym, that stopped the pendulum swinging. Now it's hard for me to get that pendulum back up and going. And so something that I'm trying to do, especially with like this video right here, where I'm literally just talking to the camera and I'm saying, hi, hello, I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. I hope you guys are having a better last couple of months than I have, because the last couple of months have really been falling apart. But on the bright side, we're still here. And I think that that's something that you always want to look at the silver linings, try to make a list of pros and cons. And something I really wanted to do for the month of August, for people who don't know, I do new month's resolutions, and every month I try to focus on a specific goal. My goal for August is to try to appreciate life more. Just take the time to, at the end of the day, be like, what's 3 things that happened today that I'm grateful for? 3 things about today that I, really appreciated. And I think that that's going to be a fun goal going forward. I'm really trying my best to stay positive. Like I mentioned, I got into a car accident recently. It was the first day of August, the first day that I was like, I'm going to try to appreciate life more. I'm going to try to appreciate the little things. And my big takeaway from that day in particular was the fact that I found out through that car accident and me posting something about it that I do have a lot of people who still really care about me, even if they are people who don't reach out on a daily basis or I don't talk to every day. There are people out there that love me, care about me, want the best for me, and I think that that was really reassuring to figure out and discover. And I think that overall, there's a lot of small things in life that you kind of forget about whenever it's not face to face. Like I am, like I mentioned, someone with ADHD. I have a really bad problem of out of sight, out of mind. And I think that that's part of the reason why right now I really just want to come on here, make a YouTube video, talk about something, talk about literally anything and everything. And today I want to talk about a problem that, like I said, I think a lot of people have, which is a lot of times people are afraid to do things. And I know that that sounds silly and that sounds incredibly broad, and I might need to give a better example of that. But a lot of times people will have these like list of goals that they want to do, and they have these things that they're like, eventually I'm going to start working on this, and eventually I'm going to start working on that. And then you'll get to a point where you're like 30 or 40 and you're like, wow, I've never even touched these goals of mine. And I don't want to live life like that anymore. I really want to get back to the things that I love. And one of the main things that I love is making YouTube videos, interacting with people online, trying to build a community and trying to build a safe space for people who potentially feel outcasted or like they don't have anybody in life, because I know that feeling all too well. And I know that it's really hard when you're alone and you feel like there is no one you can potentially reach out to. I want to be a place where people can potentially come and, like, for instance, I hate eating alone. So I'm the kind of person where if I am eating alone, I prop up a YouTube video. I really want to get back to making like lunchtime with Blake videos, so I can be someone who you could potentially have lunch with if you don't have anybody to have lunch with. And just small little things like that. I really just want to get back into the habit of spending time in front of a camera, making YouTube videos, making content that I like and that I'm proud of. And part of the reason why I haven't been doing it recently is because I have this problem where I don't like to do things unless I can give 110%. I had this conversation with one of my managers at work recently because I called out of work. Literally like 3 days before I got into a car accident, I called out of work, and then it was really awkward when I had to call out again because obviously my car wasn't drivable. It is fixed, by the way. I feel like I probably should have prefaced this way earlier in the video. I got into the car accident. I'm totally a-okay. It actually was like very minimal contact because if anything, me and the other car just grazed. But what happened was I was driving on a road where the speed limit is 55 miles an hour. It's a one-lane road, but there's dashed lines in the middle. For people who don't know what that means, that the person coming from the other direction, they could pass, and sometimes they'll swerve into your lane for a short period of time. But the big thing is, it's on that person to, if they're going to use your lane to pass, to have time to do it, and the person didn't. So they kind of, we're going head on, we're about to collide here. And I had about 3 seconds to decide, okay, I'm either going to have a head-on collision with this person going 60 miles an hour, or there is a little ditch over here. It might be a really bumpy ride if I go into that ditch, but on the bright side, my car will still be intact. I will probably live through this. So that's what I ended up doing. And the car got totally fucked up. It ended up stuck in a ditch. It was a rainy day, so it got buried underground in that ditch. And I ended up having to sit with that car for about 7.5 hours until a tow truck was finally able to pull me out, which was a terrible way to start the first day of my month, especially because the reason I was out driving around was I was trying to do Uber Eats driving to try to make some extra money, and now I'm down $200 because I needed to get a tow truck. And I had to get some repairs for my car, but my car is okay. I am okay. I'm back to work. I'm back to going to the gym. Everything feels fantastic. My body feels great. I am grateful to be alive. It is so nice that my intuition was able to quickly think on my toes and save me in that instance, because I've had my fair share of life or death experiences, and I've had my fair share of like near-death experiences. That's the word I was trying to say. And in the past, I just kind of like let Jesus take the wheel in a way. Like, I'm not religious, but I think that that's the saying, is you let Jesus take the wheel, and it's basically like, just accept my fate. If I die, I die. If I don't die, I don't die. But this is the first time ever where I was in a near-death situation, and I made the decision that I wanted to live. And I thought that that was really interesting because I've never been super suicidal. Like, I've had periods in my life where I've been really bad, and I've had really bad depression and really bad thoughts. And I have, at one point in my life, had a point where I had a plan for if I was to do that, how I would do that. And I literally wrote out a letter, and it was really a dark time, right? Fuck, now I need to put a trigger warning on this video. Whoopsies. See, that's part of the reason I just wanted to prop the camera up and start recording. Now I'm doing a TED Talk accidentally. Whoopsies. I have a bad habit of doing that. I like having conversations and talking. That's why I make YouTube videos. It's fun. But for the most part, it was very eye-opening to me that this is the first time in my life where like I enjoy life, apparently, that my first instinct is actually to save myself. And it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, people will say on the internet, like, you have to save yourself, nobody's coming to save you and stuff like that. And like, you have to make life enjoyable because no one is coming here to make your life more fun. And it's just such a big thing that the internet is constantly like, hey, you have to do things for yourself. No one's going to do things for you. You have to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You have to find joy and whimsy. You have to be able to romanticize your own life and stuff like that. And it did kind of make me realize that some of these things that I want to be doing in my life, like pursuing a YouTube channel and potentially making music, that's a minor one, but I do want to start teaching myself how to play the piano and stuff like that. And I constantly think about the fact that when I first had the thought of, oh, I wish I knew how to play the piano, if I started that day, I would 100% know how to play the piano right now, and I'd probably be pretty damn good at it. So it's just one of those things where it's like, you know, if you spend 18 minutes a day doing something, by the end of the year, by the end of 365 days, you've spent 100 hours doing it and you've mastered it. Fun fact. I think that that's a very inspirational thing to think about. But overall, I just want to get on here and I want to say, if you have anything that you've been putting off, do it right now. Don't worry about it being perfect, because everybody who is a master at something had to start off as a beginner, and it's something that's crazy to think about. But yeah, sometimes putting in like 5 minutes today to try to figure out, you know, the first steps of doing the thing that you want to do makes it where tomorrow that's 5 less minutes of work you need to do, and so on and so forth. Every day you put in 5 minutes and 5 minutes and 5 minutes. Eventually you'll get to a point where those 5 minutes are going to be a lot more impactful, and eventually you'll get to a point where it's like, okay, well, I don't want to stop after 5 minutes. And then you just got to get that ball rolling, and you have to stop worrying about perfection and start worrying about just doing the damn thing, because sometimes perfection is literally impossible to reach, and you're trying to push a stone up a hill that you'll never be able to get the stone up, because fuck, that's a steep ass hill. But sometimes if you decide, you know what, this hill's not for me, there's a smaller hill over there, let's do that smaller hill. there's nothing wrong with that. You create your own life path. You do not need to do the hardest things imaginable. Same thing with people who like have like gym goals and stuff like that. I'm somebody who constantly is working on weight loss and body recomp and stuff like that. I know a thing or two about the fact that a lot of people are like, oh, well, I need to start off with 5 days in the gym, and I need to track all of my calories and macros, and I need to do this, and I need to do that. The first thing you need to do is start going to the gym 2 or 3 times a week, just walking on the treadmill until you get a comfortable feeling for what time you want to start going to the gym, figuring out what routines actually work for you. Try to figure out if you're going to do a split, what your split's going to be, stuff like that. You can't throw yourself into something and immediately expect yourself to start swimming. I understand that for a lot of people, that's how they learned how to swim, but that's also how some kids get traumatized and they never actually learn how to swim. Grandma, I'm still mad at you because one of my favorite cousins will never go swimming with me, and it is your fault. Why the fuck do you throw him into the pool? He was 2 years old, he didn't figure it out, and now he's scared of water. I blame you. That's a trauma bump. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. But yeah, overall, the main thing that I wanted to come on here and say is there is a problem in modern day where a lot of people are so scared of rejection, they're so scared of failure that they never even do the thing. And I just want to come on here and say it is better to do the thing and do it poorly and have a bunch of mistakes and really struggle to finish the thing than it is to have never tried the thing. I mentioned this to one of my friends the other day because I went roller skating and I posted a thing about it saying that like I really fucked up, I was not doing a good job, and it was not a fun time. And one of my friends was just like, oh yeah, I don't go roller skating anymore because I used to always bust my ass. And I'm like, but isn't it better to have the embarrassment of busting your ass than the overwhelming disappointment of the fact that you didn't even try to do the thing? And they were like, fuck, that's kind of a great point. And I always think it'll be better to do the thing and do it wrong than never do the thing ever. Especially because now you have more experience than someone who's never done the thing. Oh, somebody's like, oh, who do you think you are trying to play the guitar? You're fucking up the chords. Oh, do you know how to play a guitar? No. Have you picked up a guitar? Have you tried yourself? No. Why the fuck do you care? So just never take criticism from somebody you wouldn't take instructions from. I don't think that made sense. But yeah, that being said, that was it for this video. Very quick one, very simple one. I love and appreciate you guys so much for watching. If you like it, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you guys in the next one. I have no idea what it's going to be. I'm going to keep it totally real with you. I have potentially a Meal Prep Monday video coming out soon. I have another one of my 3 meals for $30 videos coming up soon. And hopefully I will be getting a car tripod so I can do drive with me videos, daily vlogs, all those kinds of things. Like I said, I want to try getting a lunchtime with Blake video at some point coming up soon. So hopefully one of those things comes true, and I will hopefully see you guys there. And I appreciate you guys so much for coming by and watching this video. I love and appreciate you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, I think I already said feel free to like and subscribe, but that's it. So bye bye.